In our last video, we took some quantitative data and categorized it, meaning we created different ranges of numbers, and then we counted from our quantitative data how many numbers were in each small range of numbers, putting them into bins. And we created a table with this, with all the bins and also the count for each bin. That sets us up perfectly for creating the histogram. From this point on, it's quite easy. Let me show it to you. So this was the example we dealt with. We have a bunch of ages. That's in the table up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right now. We have all these ages, and we determined that the range of our data is 24. That's the difference between the maximum and the minimum. 27 minus 3 is 24. We determined the number of bins. We did this with the power of 2's rule, or if you want to think of it, the doubling rule. How many times do you have to double 1 to reach your sample size? And we determined that we will need 5 bins. Then we needed to create our bin. We started with finding a bin width. The bin width, or the bin size, is simply take your range, 24, divide it by the number of bins you have. We decide on 5 bins. So that range of 24, we divide it into 5 different groups. It gives us 4.8. But 4.8 isn't really a nice number to work with since we're dealing with whole numbers. If we were dealing with decimals, sure, 4.8 would work great. But since we're dealing with whole numbers, let's round it up to 5. So bin size is 5. And then we created the bin by starting with our minimum value of 3. Then add your bin size of 5 to that. That becomes the starting point of the next bin. Add the bin size again. That gets you up to 13, up to 18, and then 23. Those are our bin starting points. And then we determined that they would end at the number just before the next bin starts. And then we counted our data. That was our last step. At this point, all of that was in the last video. Steps 1 through 4 that I have here on the left side of the screen, those were in our last video. Let's create the histogram. At this point, I've already taught it to you. Honestly, remember the video we had on creating bar graphs? Well, that's all we're going to do. We have one category where the data is between 3 and 7. That's one category. We're just going to create a bar graph with a height of 4. And the next group is 8 to 12. Just create a bar with a height of 9. 13 to 17 would have a height of 11. 18 to 22 would have a height of 10. 23 plus would have a height of 8. It's just a bar graph at this point, okay? So the hard part of doing histograms is categorizing the data. That's creating this table that's in the middle of your screen right now. Creating that table is the hard part. Once you have that, then creating the bar graph is a piece of cake, okay? That's a histogram. That's what there is. That's all there is to it. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the different types of histograms that you can have. And stay tuned because there are some really interesting shapes that we can deal with.